Hey everybody, it's Kyle Van Voorhis from Voorhis.com, and today we're going to be discussing how to turn around a poor performing sales development team. Let's dive right in. All right, so I want to talk about how to turn around an SDR team that is struggling. I've done this multiple times. I have it down to a system, and I'm going to give you 4 things that I look for and I do right off the bat to turn around a failing SDR team. Now, before I do, if you like this kind of content, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps us out, and I'll keep creating more stuff like this. All right, the first thing that I look for when trying to figure out where to start to turn around an SDR team is the energy levels. Okay, the SDR function requires high energy, high excitement, because you're doing the same thing over and over again, and it feels really inefficient. And people sometimes struggle with that. So you have to have good energy. And if I'm working with an SDR team and I can tell the energy is not where it needs to be, that's where I start. As the leader of the organization, you must be the beacon of energy. So if you're running a sales development team and things aren't going really well, first audit the energy and make sure that you're bringing energy and lifting the rest of the team up. The second thing, this is a great way to start if the team has a history of poor performance. So the team has been struggling for a very long time. They've never hit their numbers. This can be really demotivating. So in order to turn things around, I do one very, very specific thing. I rally the entire team around an achievable goal. This is incredibly important because if the team is focused on this really large number that they're never going to hit in their mind, right? Like we can get them there, but they've never hit it. We need to give them something achievable to build the foundation of winning. Because if a team is comfortable losing, they're never going to be in the mindset to win. It just doesn't happen. So in order to shift the mindset, you got to find a small achievable goal and then celebrate it when you achieve it. The third thing really piggybacks off the second, which is stack those micro wins. Okay, so you pick a little achievable goal. Any win from the team, you book a meeting before noon, any little win. Oh, you made 100 calls today. Whatever you can grab onto, you take hold of and you heavily reward. And what you're doing is you're stacking those micro wins and you're starting to build a culture of celebrating the successes, which encourage people to strive for more successes. And next thing you know, you're stacking these successes up and you're hitting real numbers that you had never hit before. But it's because you have now reset the room, got everybody focused on an achievable goal, and you stack those micro wins until that goal becomes larger and larger and larger. And here's the final one. This is really more of a motivational tactic, maybe a little controversial, depends on your experience with this type of storyline, but leverage the us versus them storyline. This is incredibly powerful, albeit a little bit negative, so you need to be careful. That's not the idea here. But whenever you can position yourself and your team as the underdogs, it really can rally a group together. I'll tell you a quick story. I was running an inside sales team at a company called Forasol. I was responsible for the sales development function specifically, and we were scaling that team incredibly quickly. And one of the months, we were really far behind. It basically was impossible. We were going to hit our goal. And we're all at this company all hands. We're in this small little room. There's actually people outside of the room. I was one of them because we had grown so fast. We couldn't even fit in our conference room anymore. So I'm standing outside and the top execs, including my boss, were giving their updates on each function. And my boss ran marketing, was telling some of the marketing updates, and then said, as far as the SDR team, it doesn't look like we're going to hit our number this month. And my ears perked up. And I said, stop. And I ran and I kind of squeezed through this small little room. And I went to the front of everybody, the entire company. My team was there, my boss, my boss's boss, everybody was there. And I said, don't count us out yet. Because if there's any team that can turn this around, it's this team. And I huddled the whole team together after that. And I said, do you hear what they said? My boss said we're not going to hit our goal in front of the entire company. How does that make you feel? And we talked about it and we got riled up. It was like, they don't think we can do it? Well, screw them. And I had never seen a team more productive for the remaining 2 weeks of the month. I mean, this team was on fire. We were breaking meeting book records day over day. I mean, it was unbelievable momentum. And I kept fueling the fire. They said we couldn't do it. And you know what? At the end of the month, we were one sales accepted opportunity shy of the goal. So we didn't hit the goal, which still hurts me a little bit to this day, but we came one shy when 2 weeks earlier, it looks like we had no chances. I cannot stress the power of this us versus them storyline. And if you use it well, and it's not a negative thing, and you're using it as motivation, and you're creating an environment to allow your team to thrive, then it's a really powerful tool to turn around a failing SDR team. Alrighty, so those are my 4 things that I look for, and I typically start when it comes to turning around a sales development team. Of course, there are other things like systems, processes, like all of these things that are helpful in making a sales development team more productive. But what I find is a lot of it comes down to culture and motivation. There's a culture of failure, you're never gonna win. And I can give you every tool, I can put every system in place, I can give you the perfect script, the perfect templates, none of that's gonna matter unless we solve the culture problem. And those are the 4 things I do to do it.